Hi there, I'm Phil Holland. We're here in downtown Los Angeles outside the LA Convention Center at Cine 2021. This is a new location for the show because it's been a kind of difficult couple years. It's happening during a different time of year and at a different location. But what's really interesting is seeing what is announced, who's here exhibiting. I'm seeing a lot of interesting product announcements by companies here and not here at the moment, but there's a lot of new lighting technology here to kind of play around with, which has really been fun. I think the biggest camera news this week was the red 8K V-Raptor. It's a large format VistaVision camera that does 8K RAW at 120 frames per second, which is pretty wild. I've acquired one of those. I'm mulling over buying my second. I'm still testing it. But I've been working with that VistaVision format for a heartbeat now and really enjoy it from a cinematography point of view. I actually just wrapped 9 months filming on Monstro VistaVision for a project I was directing and DPing around the world. It was really exciting. And then, looking at the lighting technology this year, what I can say safely is we definitely are in an era of some interesting new hard light LED technology. We have ProLight here with their Orion FS. That's a 300. That's a RGB CLA technology. It's really clean, multicolored LED light technology. Really excited about that. The big boy to the party this year, I think the most powerful LED light shown so far, was just announced today, like a couple hours ago today, 1200D from Aperture. They've also announced quite a few new products recently. The 1200D is a hard light, so they set it up as a Bellens mount interchangeable system, so you can have par cans for reflectors, or you can go to a Fresnel lens. But the 1200D is quite powerful. With their medium reflector, I think it outpowers an M18, which is shockingly impressive considering the size and power draw of that light. Then other products from them that came out like literally a week ago, they have their new Nova 600C, which is their big boy panel. I think with people who know that brand, they obviously cater to an entry-level market with some of their price points, but these larger, more powerful fixtures are competing with some of the more recognizable name brands on set. And they're kind of entering in that world. So this new Nova 600C, it's competing against Sky panels and Geminis, and it's interesting to see their strategy. It's also a heavy light. It's a considerable girth to it and weight. What else do they have? They have the 600X, which is their multicolor hard light. I think another really cool company with some cool light technology is Felix. They have had one of my favorite more recent lights, the Q5, which is a hard Fresnel light. And their unique take on the Fresnel is it extends out from the housing of the light fixture, which is really cool, and it's really sturdy. So it still keeps it very compact. You can just put that thing up on a stand and start working with it, because also the ballast and stuff is built in. They also have the new Q8 color and the Q10 color, which is quite bright, all with built-in Fresnels. So for those of you who came up using like 2K tungsten Fresnels like I did all the time, that's kind of what that Q10 is sort of supposed to be playing against, or competing against, if you want to say it that way. What else can I say? A lot of new lenses this year. A lot of those manufacturers aren't here. DZO today announced their new 16mm 2.8. It's basically the wide end to their Vespid prime set, which is exciting because it's a very affordable entry set of glass that covers the VistaVision and large format cameras. Also today, Vazen announced their 135mm T 2.8 as well, 1.8x anamorphic lens. So for any people tracking that set, they started out with an 85, then a 50, and now they have a 135. So now you actually have a workable set of primes that does cover the large format stuff, which it's also at just a really impressive price point versus the quality. So kudos to them. It's a longer lens. It's that long, but it's still a 95 mil front, so everything is still tidy there. Who else had some new stuff? Probably an unknown one. I've tested it on and off while it was being made. A company called Midicon. Some people know it as Zhongyi. They've been making sort of entry-level optics for a while, but they came out with a really powerful 50 millimeter prime that's a T1 that covers the large formats as well. It's a standalone product. It just exists as is, but it's a 50 millimeter T1. So if you need that light gathering or that really expressive bokeh to really, have that separation and almost dreamy effect, it's a really cool lens for that. So the interesting thing this year at Cinegear is, we're at the end of September. This trade show normally takes place in June, where people, have in and out and hot dogs and can walk around the Paramount lot with a beer. Being at a convention center is a slightly different environment, and it's obviously downscaled to be safe. We're doing this interview outside, so I can take off the mask, for instance. But it looks like NAB was canceled. It was supposed to happen in October, but it normally happens in April. And it looks like they're going to try to ramp up and start again next year. I'm actually curious if Cinegear is going to, move back into a June time window, and where it would actually even take place at this point, just the way the world is at the moment. So it is nice to see manufacturers showing up and people coming out to see the new products. For me personally, as a filmmaker, a lot of us travel and we don't get to see each other, friends in the industry more than a couple times a year, and these trade shows are actually a nice moment to catch up with ACs or DPs I've befriended over the years. So yeah, I'm excited about it. We'll see if NAB can actually happen, and hopefully see you guys then.